still, oh, this is so cool. We're just in such a good mood right now. My heart is like racing. Good morning, Boker Tov. I'm going to Tzfat today and I'm so super excited. I'm also renting a car, which is really exciting because I haven't driven in over 4 months and I just love driving. I'm going for Pesach and I'm going to be joining the Artists Quarter Minyan Seder. I think it might be from Chabad, I'm not totally sure about that. And then for Shabbat, I'm going to go to the shul where Rabbi Alon Anava is. And I just have watched so much of him, have learned so much from him, so it's so exciting to be able to go and check that out as well. And also not to be trapped indoors for Shabbat, which I have been. And I have kind of enjoyed it quite a bit actually. I do enjoy my solo Shabbats, but it is really nice for a change of pace to be able to get out of the house. For those of you who don't know the context of that, I've been in an Airbnb and we have 3 electronic locks and I'm Shomer Shabbat, so I've been stuck indoors. So anyway, all that being said, I'm really excited to just head out and be in a totally new environment. I've been in Jerusalem and then I've been here in Tel Aviv, and I haven't really checked out much of the rest of the country. This is my apartment, by the way. This Airbnb rather. I haven't showed you guys. I promised, I need to stop promising what I'm going to share in my videos because I never did my 100-day Aliyah update, and I also didn't do my vegan experience video, which I am still on this vegan diet. It's been over 4 months now since I made Aliyah that I've been eating vegan, and that was coming from a pescatarian diet. Maybe I'll talk about that more later, but I am also on this major, I don't know, I don't love this term, but basically a health journey. I've been going through a major detox. I just kind of started it and I'm trying to clear out some health issues. So that's partially why I haven't been sharing much and just haven't felt really motivated to share here on YouTube. So anyway, I did mention I want to show you guys this Airbnb because I happen to just love it so much, and I'm really actually sad to be moving out of here, although I'm sure whatever's next will be really amazing as well. So sorry, my towel's kind of messed, but it has a nice bathroom, which is great because the last bathroom was not so, it was fine, but it wasn't as nice. And that is my kitchen, which I just love. And also one of these fun little details that I happen to love is this smeg, which is fun already, but it's like a denim covered smeg, which I've never seen anything like that before. So it's just kind of one of those unique little parts of this apartment. And I just really enjoy this kitchen so much. It's been so fun having like an island and just some space, because the first apartment I was in when I made Aliyah was really tiny. It was like a little shoebox. It was just a studio apartment, and yeah, so I just have so much more space here. And this is my living room, and really one of the best parts here is that the ceilings are super high. And you have these like giant windows, which is really awesome. I love opening up the curtains in the morning and just having all this natural light flood in. And then the TV that I have never used, I don't really watch TV, but and then I love this, even like the stairs. And then I'll show you guys upstairs because I have to put this way my Nutsman bowl. So this is the upstairs part. It's like a loft, and just show you. So this is where I keep my nuts on. And this is the cup that I use. It's a Starbucks cup. It's my little set. So I keep that, and I also have this for when I get back, just to make sure it's on my bedstand so I don't forget to count the Omer. Don't forget, starting Saturday night after Shabbat, we are starting Sfirat HaOmer, which is really exciting as well. I think I might bring this blanket, but it's just great. I love this whole like loft space, and even just having a giant closet, which I haven't had in my small tiny apartment. And nice little detail, I really enjoy these stained glass windows. There's like 2 of them. I don't know what this building used to be, but it's really nice because when I turn off all the lights, you just get a little wash of color. It's kind of like a night light. It's really cool. So that is my apartment that I wanted to show you. My apartment, my Airbnb. I wish this was my permanent real apartment because I really do love it. But anyway, I'm excited to check out my new little temporary abode for the next 3-4 days over in Tzfat. I'll show you guys, I'll take you with me, and we'll see what it's like over there. I've heard kind of mixed things. Some people are like, it's definitely not for everyone, let's put it that way, but I have a feeling that I'm going to be totally into just kind of like the hippy dippy, like mystical vibes over there, so let's go check it out. So I'm packing my food because I can barely eat anything right now. I'm basically on just like a very clean, mostly raw plant diet. Obviously I'll have matzah, but other than that, I am on just really healthy stuff. So I also have to eat through this, which is sad. The rest of this is soybean paste, but it's also mixed with some red pepper paste. It's like a Korean condiment, and I brought this with me when I made Aliyah, and it's like almost done. Like the sides are just, smeared with the sauce, but it's basically almost done. But I have to finish that before Pesach because it has some alcohol in it, and I have no idea what that's made of. It could be grains, so I'll finish that. But this is basically, and yeah, I don't have, those are not ready. I don't know if I'll bring this. I just got this. This was so expensive. It was like, I don't even remember now, but it was expensive. Everything here is expensive. So this is basically what I'm eating for Pesach. So this is like my regular Tupperware, so I have to eat this today. And then after that, I'm like in Pesach mode, and I just bought these like really cheap Tupperwares, and these are basically what I'm eating out of during Pesach. Like this will literally be my bowl, because I just, I came here and I didn't bring my Pesach stuff because I thought that I would visit back home, back in Boston, before I came here. So yeah, so I don't have any Pesach stuff. I just got like, a knife and a cutting board and like a set. There's one more that's filled with nuts. So basically this is like what I'm eating right now. So I just have a bunch of mint, which I love the mint here, or I just love mint in general. It's all nice and washed. I have mint, I have this just like cabbage and carrot, and I turned that into a salad. And this is just a bunch of herbs. It's cilantro and parsley all chopped up. And so I will basically mix these all together, and that's like my very healthy salad. And I put like nuts in it, and then I put like nuts and seeds, and then sesame, and this is basically, I'm gonna have just like lemon juice and sesame seed oil. So that's, and also some olive oil in that. So this is like my diet right now basically, and this is also for today, a big arugula salad. So yeah, that's what I've been eating. Like I said, I have to finish that guy before start of Pesach, so that's on my list today to eat through. Okay, so slight change of plans. I decided I just don't want, I felt like this salad is kind of cumbersome for me to travel with because it's arugula, so I don't know how soon I can even check in. It's probably gonna be late afternoon. So I also didn't want to mess with my non-Pesach bowls and stuff because I've already switched my sponge and all that. I'm committed, so I'm eating the salad out of a bag, which is really strange. I've never done that. So I'll just get my eating in now, and then I'll be good for a while, and then I'll just put these radishes in another plastic bag, so I don't have to deal with non-Pesach stuff. I think that'll just make life more simple. And this actually reminded me of a funny thing I read on Reddit last night about someone posted an image of their whole refrigerator inside just covered in foil, and then there's just a sort of people talking about how you don't have to be so machmir on cleaning it, or that you should clean, but that you don't have to cover everything head to toe with foil. And then someone mentioned how they've heard of people who are so machmir about chametz that they literally eat their matzah in a plastic bag so that no crumbs fall on the floor and perhaps accidentally get soaked with water and turn to chametz. So I just thought that was so next level. I mean, when I see stuff like that, I think it's it's like really laudable that some people care so much, but sometimes it's like it's not a matter of caring. Some people are just really nervous or just don't understand the halacha, or it kind of comes from all sorts of different places. Sometimes it's ego a little bit, to be honest, but it's interesting to see how different people observe different levels of just being really careful for chametz during Pesach. So I figured I would just tell you real quickly. For me, I've always been like a pro kitniot person. I just never really followed the logic of not eating kitniot during Pesach. So as someone who's neither Sephardi or Ashkenazi, I figured like I can kind of pick. So I do tend to pick a lot of minhagim that are Sephardi because they just make more sense to me a lot of times, although I'll daven Ashkenaz nusach. So anyway, so I have been eating kitniot, past years, but this year I decided not to, just because this is a particularly special Pesach for me, and I'm just, it's my first Pesach that since I've been observant, that I'm actually, first of all, here in Eretz Israel, which is just a whole different ball game, but also that I'm celebrating it with other people, because the last 2 years that obviously we've been in COVID, so I've been having Pesach alone, and those have been the years since I've become observant. So this is my first like real Pesach in a sense. And so I just wanted to be extra careful, and basically I was going through my kitniot. Like I also prefer not to just have any chametz at home, like whatsoever. So in addition to cleaning, I will just toss any, eat through. Basically I ate through everything except for this guy, which I'll finish. But I basically ate through everything, and I did toss a couple things, but it wasn't anything major. I'd rather not have any chametz at home, and on top of that, I will sell my chametz. So I did that through Chabad this year. So I'm just being careful with that. And then I also checked my kitniot for grains, and I posted this on Instagram, and I could not believe I literally found like over 5 grains of what really looked like to be spelt in my lentils. So that's just like, I'm glad that I checked, first of all, so I wouldn't have it in my possession, but I'm also glad that I didn't, just decide to eat kitniot this year, and without checking, I could have very easily eaten chametz. So you do have to be really careful, even if you do eat kitniot, to actually check through it. And I don't know when I'm posting this, but if it's not too late, like still, bother to check, even if it's after the fact of Pesach already having started. You don't want to accidentally eat kitniot. So anyway, that's my little spiel there. That's kind of how I'm setting up for Pesach. And I also mentioned I got different bowls, like my Tupperware, my, containers that I'll be eating out of. And I also got I got 2 knives, a colander, like a strainer, because I do use my strainer for like pasta in the past. So I got a plastic one and a cutting board, and that's it. And then I also have, thank goodness I always love eating with a wooden spoon, and I happen to have an extra one. So that's my Pesach. I have Pesach spoon and chopsticks. And then I'm also just like using plastic, like disposable stuff. So, and I also got, it's filled with stuff now, but I also got this jar, which will be my cup, and then I'm gonna use this jar just for stuff after, but I love drinking out of jars like this. So that's my cup, and that's it. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy this salad out of my bag, and then I'm going to the car rental place, which is a little bit of a hike. So I will see you guys at that point. Alright, we're heading out. Oh my gosh, so I made it into the car. I don't know why I had like a little bit of a nervousness that something just wouldn't go smoothly. And man, this thing, it cost $600 to rent this car. It probably would have been like $400, but I shelled out for the extra insurance and like just all the insurance I could get, just because I was nervous and I would just rather have peace of mind. But $600 is a lot just to drive to Tzfat, and then basically I'm not driving this car except to there and back on the way back, because it'll be Pesach, it'll be Shabbat, so I'm just like leaving the car, so it feels a little bit wasteful. But it's not, because I'm excited to drive. I'm so excited to drive. This is like an activity in and of itself for me. I just love the feeling of driving, and I can't believe it's been like 4 months since I've driven. So I am off. It's gonna be like a little over 2 hours, which is just like the perfect length of a drive. I'm gonna drive down the coast and it's gonna be great. Okay, so I stopped for a bathroom break, and I'm actually super excited because I'm in Hedera right now and I've never been here. And this is like a big shopping plaza with a giant supermarket, and it just like looks very Western, and just is just not like what I've been around in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. So it just feels like so comforting to just be in like a big box store type of place. And I'm actually very curious because I haven't been to big supermarkets, like modern supermarkets, since I've been here. I've been going to like all these like small stores and stuff, so I'm just really curious what a big Israeli supermarket looks like. So I'm gonna bring you guys in. I'm also hoping that there'll be a bathroom. Oh my gosh, this feels like home to me. This is amazing. It's just like a big modern supermarket. And it's so clean in here. Oh my gosh. Honestly, it's this kind of stuff. It's like, I can't even explain how this feels to you guys right now. And it may seem kind of nutty that I'm so excited. Well, I love supermarkets to begin with, but I feel like I've just felt really constrained and constricted being in the city, and just having this big suburban feel is just, I can't even describe how comforting this is. And just like modern, clean. Yeah, I mean, Tel Aviv is definitely just a little gritty. It's like, even coming from Boston, I always said like I could never live in New York. It's just too much for me. It's just crowded and stuffy, and I kind of get the same feeling in Tel Aviv. And Jerusalem is also, you know, it's not so spacious. It's not like this big modern kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. And it's cool because it's still very distinctly Israeli. Like, look at all those candies, which is such an Israeli thing. There's so many like candy shops, and people seem to really like their candy. And then look at these like nuts and stuff over here. So it's still very, very, bunch of olives. Still, oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. I love supermarkets. If I go anywhere abroad, like going to a supermarket, I don't like doing touristy stuff, but I love going to supermarkets and just seeing what products people have, and it's always so fascinating. Oh my gosh, and you know, this is also part of why I rented a car, because I wanted to get a sense of just like normal life, like beyond Tel Aviv, beyond Yerushalayim. I wanted to see how everyday people also live and consider moving to a place like this. And I've never been here. So also passing by, as I was driving, I also passed by Netanya, which also like felt very, you just from seeing on the side of the street, also had like these big plazas, and just felt very suburban from what I could tell. And I don't know, I would honestly, like, I would much rather live in this kind of environment, or it just, I don't know, it feels more familiar to me. I just don't love being in a city. I really think I'm more of a suburbanite. So yeah, that's amazing. I love this place. Okay, so I need to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna find a bathroom, and let's walk around the rest of the plaza. Oh, sweet relief. So use the bathroom. This is one of my, I won't go too much into it, but one of my health issues that I'm trying to detox. One of the issues that I'm having is just I have to go to the bathroom constantly, and it's been really inconvenient, I guess is the best way to put it. But that was a great stop. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's just a big plaza. I mean, it's like a shopping plaza. Got some stores I recognize. I'm gonna get some coffee. And that drive, I've only been driving for like I think like 20, 30, like probably 20 something minutes. I don't know, maybe a little more than that, but that was already an amazing drive, and I'm just in such a good mood right now. And I literally laughed and cried simultaneously, like happy crying. I was like bursting into tears in the car, just feeling so free and just seeing the land driving through, like just having one of those like post-Aliyah moments of like, I can't believe I live here, I can't believe I'm here, and I just felt amazing. And it's been so long since I've driven too. That was a big thing for me. So this is, see, just places like this. Like, I know this doesn't seem like a big deal, but this is just, I'm just elated right now. This is just a great, just change of environment. Like, I honestly, like, just feel so much more comfortable here right now. Like, and it's not like I'm excited to go to these stores. I mean, none of these stores are interesting me right now. Like, I see Fox everywhere I go, and Mango and Foot Locker, and it's all the same stuff. It's not like about the stores, it's just this environment is just so comfortable. And yeah, I mean, it's just a very different, it's intense. I think it's the intensity is the best way to put it. When you're in both Yerushalayim and Tel Aviv in different ways, like Tel Aviv is definitely more like lax and stuff, but there's just that, intensity, energy, and that gets really draining for me. I think I'm very like energy sensitive when it comes to environments, and just being here in this open space, just like this relaxed suburban feeling. I don't even know if you would describe Hedera as a suburb, because I think it might be kind of a major, I don't know if it's a city or a suburb, I'm not even sure. So that's how new all this still is. Like, I don't know these places, but I could be anywhere in America right now, and that feels really good, because I definitely have gotten a little bit homesick, and this is just very comforting. Okay, so I'm probably just like babbling right now. You guys probably think I'm crazy because I'm just like in a shopping plaza and I'm so happy about it. But I'm gonna walk around, take it in, hang out a little bit. I'm gonna go look for some coffee maybe. I'll see you guys in a bit. Wow, I really enjoyed that thoroughly. I'm gonna regret this because I'm definitely gonna have to stop to go to the bathroom again, but that's all right. It's all part of the fun. By the way, this is a large in Israel, which is probably the more appropriate size of a large, but this would be like a smaller medium in the States. Okay, we're still like 2 hours away. Okay, found a parking spot right nearby, which is great. My heart is like racing. It was so breathtaking, just the views coming here, and I actually made 2 more stops. One stop I actually made in Nazareth because I was just curious, and I drove through. It was really crowded, and just I thought it'd be really like quaint and picturesque, but it was a little busy, so I just drove through, and then made like another random rest stop somewhere. But anyways, this is Tzfat. I'm just really excited, and just, man, my heart is like literally fluttering. I don't know what that's about, but it's really, I think, close by here. I kind of have no conception of, I mean, I've seen pictures online, but, or concept rather, I just don't really know what to expect, which makes this all the more adventurous. But fortunately, I'm right next to where the Seder will be tomorrow night, and I'm also right next to Bear Miriam, which is where I'll be going, where I'll go to shul on Shabbat. Okay, I think I'm coming up. Alright, I'm gonna put this away because it's very distracting, but I will see you guys in the room. Okay, I'm in. This is great. This is really cute. And it looks just like the pictures, basically. It's nice, and I like the floors. And I was a little bit worried because the building is kind of an older building, but wow, this is great. And it looks like it's been it's so great. There's like, I brought mine, but little candles. And it looks like they covered this foil on the table, maybe for Pesach. And there's like a little Meorah balcony area. This is great. I'm very excited. And that's it. I'm going to I have my suitcase here. I'm just gonna unpack a little bit. I need to grab my backpack, so I'll come back here and then let's go explore Tzfat. So the first thing I'm noticing is that it's very Haredi here, like this particular area. I see some tourists now, but definitely getting more of like a frum vibe. I don't know if this is like the right way to go. City center that way. Nice water fountain. I just love when there's water fountains. Yeah, I don't know, it's not that elevated, I don't think, but I definitely feel my breath a little different. So I read somewhere about how the 4 different cities, the holiest cities in Israel, Yerushalayim, Tiberias, Hebron, and here and Tzfat all correspond to different elements. And I don't remember how they all corresponded, but Tzfat was air, which is interesting. Air and breathing, which is all tied to Pesach. So the mouth, the throat. It's too bad I'm on this cleanse diet detox thing because I would just love to try some food here, but I'm kind of limited. Fruit stand. Some clothes. It's cute. It's very charming. Okay, so I want to be in the moment, so I'm just gonna take it in and I'll show you guys anything interesting that comes up, but otherwise I'm just exploring and this is really awesome. I'm just so happy to be here. It's one of those views that looks way more breathtaking than on camera, but these are the mountains, I guess a little town square area, which no one seems to be using. Everyone is kind of like on that main street. So it's a cute little street. I really shouldn't have, but I went into a store and I bought a new dress. So I'm actually psyched about this because it's perfect for Pesach, and everything I brought 2 outfits and they're all black, and it is like more my dressier tops rather than this black shirt I always wear, but I don't know, this is a lot more festive. It was 250 shekel, which is like around $80. I feel like I shouldn't have spent more money. This trip has already cost me quite a bit, but in honor of Pesach, why not? Especially to have something a little more festive than black. It's like this really beautiful dusty green color, and it was just perfect because it's really long and it has like the perfect length sleeves, like the neck crop is just right for me. It just like fit all like my check marks, so I couldn't resist. And it happens to be like really thin, kind of like silky thin material, like paper thin, but not see-through, which is perfect, and that's always hard to find. So I figured I justified it because it is gonna start getting super hot here in Israel in general, so I figured it's a great summer dress to have. So yeah, this street just kind of keeps going on. It's kind of quieter here, so that must have been like the main drag, but seeing some little specialty shops and stuff, and I'm really hungry and I wish that I could have some falafel. And actually what I'm constantly craving is French fries, but I can't, so I just have to stay strong. It's part of that is my Hedera, my French fry addiction. And speaking of which, there's like a French fry shop right here, which looks like it's all French fries. That looks very fun and delicious when they sell them in those cones. I'm such a sucker for that, but I'm gonna eat my salad when I get back, and my green drink, not so exciting, but I have a few nuts. I get that all the time, Mihaus. Sometimes people do know that I'm Korean, but it's few and far between. It's usually the ni haos or the konnichiwas, but of course there's what other way to be welcomed into a place and have that happens everywhere. The bagel shop. Bagels, by the way, don't seem very popular here. Like, I know that they're so associated with Jewish food, which is such a loaded term. I really actually hate that phrase Jewish food because it's basically usually pointing to Ashkenazi food, which is really just like an Eastern European adaptation of food. But anyway, yeah, there don't seem to be a lot of bagel places, are kind of here and there, but they don't seem that popular, so I thought that was kind of interesting. I figured with at least like a lot of American Jews that they'd be a little more popular, but you don't see them around too much. Like you kind of have to look out for it. There's like that Sam's Bagels, I think, in Jerusalem, but since I haven't been eating cheese this whole time, I haven't had bagels. So I'll have to compare that someday if and when I do eat cheese again. But yeah, I'm so curious to see, like, I'm always curious about what food will be at certain things, but yeah, I'm curious to see what food, aside from obviously like the Seder plate and stuff, will be there tomorrow. I hope there's like enough vegetarian, vegan side dishes and stuff that I can eat, but I'm just gonna be really happy to have some grains, have my matzah. That's gonna be great. And I also brought my shmura matzah, which I got from Chabad when I went to like a Pesach class in Tel Aviv. They gave us free shmura matzah, which is really exciting. So I'm gonna eat that on Shabbos, or I don't know, maybe I won't have to if I have like a kiddush lunch at the shul, but we'll see. Okay, rambling again, so I'm just gonna shut you guys off and keep walking around and enjoy this day. Okay, so I'm back, and there is an oven at the door, which I just also brought in, and this bag. Coffee, chamomile tea. I might have the tea. And a big old kosher for Pesach sugar, which I don't know why sugar might not be kosher for Pesach, but not gonna have that. It's like not good for my cleansing, but probably have the tea. So I also bought this bowl, which you saw, because I realized my Tupperware system, it's probably gonna be too small for me to like mix the salad and stuff. So I'm going to put my salad together in this, and I'm so hungry, so I'm gonna eat now. Yeah, so these are the black shirts. This is like, you know, it looks totally see-through here, but I wear something under that. And then I have this one. So this is what I was going to wear for Pesach, but let me show you the dress that I got. Okay, so this is it. Let me show you better. It's like it's like all the way basically to my ankles, and I like that the sleeves are, I always like mid-length sleeves, just up to the elbow is like ideal for me, and I like that this is like adjustable, so whatever sort of size you are, you can kind of just adjust it. And it's like flowy and comfortable, and I really love this color. So I might probably tie my hair back up in a bun. So this is what I look like for Pesach. And no makeup because it's also Shabbos, so I'm just going all natural, or like almost natural. I have a little bit of makeup on, but anyway, that's it. So I'm glad I bought this dress. It's so comfortable too. I'm psyched about that. It's very breezy. I will show you my salad build. This tablecloth is so like shtisel, especially with this table just like shoved against the wall. Okay. Ooh, I forgot I had the mint. I'm excited about that. Tons of these herbs. Actually, I was gonna add these different nuts. I have hazelnuts, walnuts, almonds, and Brazil nuts, but I'm just gonna kind of eat them on the side. Bunch of lemon juice, and this is sesame seed oil and olive oil mixed together. This is my favorite wooden spoon, so this is a new one. So that's my salad. Okay, so I had some of the salad. It's really awesome, and I'm excited to just eat it and relax and probably take a nap right after. And I'm starting to get worried about how long this video is going to be, so I'm just gonna cut it here pretty much, and maybe I will share with you guys some clips of tomorrow or whatever else I do here while I'm here, but I think I just mostly want to focus and have the experience I'm hoping to have, not just here in Tzfat in general, just soaking it all in, but really preparing myself for Pesach. And I just really need this particular Pesach. It's been such a journey to this point, and such a journey to this point physically, emotionally, just on every single level. And just here having this Chag in particular, I mean, we've had Hanukkah and Purim so far, since I've been here, since I made Aliyah, but for me, of course, Pesach, it's a big one. And I really could use this whole theme of constriction to freedom and Geola, and I'm just really feeling it this year, and I'm so excited to be here for it. So I really want to make sure that I'm just like really focused, and that I'm present, and that I'm really taking it in. So I might not end up sharing more while I'm here, and if that's the case, I hope that I'll be back, with you guys again soon. So much of this health stuff, this kind of healing journey, as I referred to it earlier, what I'm really trying to heal through, has definitely been related to my inability to share, my just feeling really constricted in my head, and just not focused and not in a good place to be able to actually share with you guys and share with other people in general. And just, yeah, I'm kind of saying a lot, but not at the same time, sort of intentionally holding back. But anywho, the point is, I'm really excited for this Pesach, and I'm so excited that I'm here of all places in Israel. I really think this is the right place for me to be right now. So I might go to, I'm pretty sure I will. I think that tomorrow, I'm gonna have all day, so I think tomorrow I'm going to go to Mount Meorah and go to the kever of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, who is the author of the Zohar, and just soaking in all the mysticism here. So I might go there, and or to Tiberias, because it's another one of the most holiest cities in Eretz Israel. So I would love to just experience. For sure, I'm going to experience all of them. Hebron is a little bit trickier. I mean, people go there all the time, but it's just very tense, and especially with it being Ramadan, and I don't know, it's been obviously very tense here in Israel. And if you're curious about how I've been handling the whole, all the terrorism, all the attacks, it's obviously not ideal. It's obviously distressing on some level, but I also very much believe in divine timing and divine will, and I believe that everything that happens comes 100% directly from Hashem. So I'm just taking it in stride. To be perfectly honest, the attack in Tel Aviv was especially, just hit literally and figuratively closer to home for me. Just that one, it was especially like after a series of attacks, so that one was perhaps the most shocking for me. But I'm just kind of holding on to my seat and doing my best to keep my eye out, and just being in like a protective, cautious mode. But at the same time, you just have to live life, and frankly, I feel incredibly safe here, and truly, I've never felt so protected in my life, and that's like a really wonderful feeling. I feel really protected by, the IDF, the intel community, the security people, just everyone who's just on guard and protecting us here in Israel. It's just very, very noticeable. And, I know guns and gun control and all that stuff is a very politicized issue in the States and elsewhere. But here in Israel, I see people walking around with guns. Like, I feel really safe. I feel protected. I know that the people who are carrying guns know how to use them responsibly, because they've all gone through the army, gone through IDF and stuff. So I feel really protected, and there's just like a particularly wonderful feeling, wonderful benefit of living here. And I know it's kind of obviously a double-edged sword, because we wish that we didn't have to, have that protective mentality, but it is what it is, and it's something that, I very much believe that it's, like I said, very much divinely ordained, divinely willed. So I'm just so hopeful that we are coming to a tail end here, and that this will be the Pesach of all Pesachs. I'm really anticipating it. I'm really anticipating it. And look, I know that the Geula is not something, depends on what community you're from, but it's not something that I would say the majority of Jews really think about, really yearn for. If you're somebody who davens every day, you might, mention it, daven about it, but I don't think a lot of people really have their heart in this idea of redemption and of Olam Haba, and it actually quite literally happening. But for me, I'm holding on to it like it's very real, very present, very imminent, and I personally am just very much looking forward to it happening, B'ezrat Hashem, this year, this Pesach, in days to come. And look, it is a process. It's going to unfold in stages, but I very much believe that we are here. And the reason we're seeing all this anti-Semitism, all this terrorism, it's absolutely 100% tied to end times and just the phase in creation that we're at right now. So I look at all that in a sense, very hopefully, very gratefully, while at the same time, obviously having concern and feeling the loss for, loss of lives and so on. So that's just kind of how I've been looking at all this terrorist activity and just, time of year and all of this kind of, connected together. And frankly, my health journey, my health and healing is 100% tied to that for me personally as well. Just all of this is coming to this point where I guess I want to call it like a breaking point. Like I feel like things just need to shift and change, and I'm feeling that 100%, and I'm so excited by that. So that's it. I wanted to share all this with you guys today, and I'm so glad that I was able to share, that I felt ready to share today. And I would be, that'll be great if I actually even post this before Pesach. I hope you don't watch it on Pesach or Shabbat, or Shabbat, but yeah, so I might wait, but we'll see if I can do it today. It's still Thursday, so if I don't check in again with you guys until post-Pesach, I want to wish you guys all a Chag Sameach, a Shabbat Shalom, and just, take it all in and enjoy this moment and enjoy that we're here because it's precious, and I'm really excited, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for sticking with me as always. Shalom Aleichem.